Right. So welcome on today's holistic live call. Today is full moon, celebrating. Yes. It's all about completions and feeling like if you have any closure about something, if you want to celebrate about a particular event that happened in your life, this is the time to do it and say, everything that happened, how wonderful it is. But equally, if there are things that you didn't feel at ease with, what lessons you learned from, that's also the chance to do that on a full moon. So today we're going to carry on with Orange, Firewalk. And fireworks, last week when we talked about it, they thought the actual fireworks where you walk on fire. And I said, yes, that's a possibility. However, when we work with orange color energy, so we are talking about this beautiful bottle, which is the fire elemental. And the fire elemental is the one that gives you that energy to really power up, really give you that extra boost, that extra courage. If you are going through a big change in your life, a big transformation, and this is where you need something like that to help you, support you go through it. So I was thinking something new that I'd like to do today that I haven't done in previous calls is if you do have fire, I know that Penny, because she also works with color mirrors, if you have the fire spritzer with you, Penny, you're very welcome to spray a little bit. And
I'm gonna go and get it.
Okay. But I have sprayed the room here, so I have really sort of sent the vibes out for all of you participating. Hello, Sophia. Hello, my dear. Hello. So we're going to go through, Sophia, we're going to go through the meditation with orange. Are you wearing orange? What are you wearing?
Pink.
Pink?
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Pink is a beautiful color too. Yeah. So I like it just to make sure that you are relaxed, you feel comfortable in your seat. Okay. We're going to go through. The meditation is called Orange Meditation, and I'm going to bring in the fire element in. For those of us who wants to complete something today, because it's the full moon, it's brilliant for any closures, for saying thank you, to express gratitude for everything you have completed until this stage in your life, and saying or even releasing anything that, that keeps you back, holds you back. And you just want to have that extra courage and to move on with whatever project, whatever you wish to move on with your life, whatever that is. You set the intention to yourself, set the intention to the universe. And, it's very individual, very personal. You don't have to share it unless you want to. You're very welcome. Very, very peaceful, very, place just for you tonight, just to nurture yourself. Okay. So I welcome you to close your eyes. Okay, so take a deep breath. Be with your body for a moment. Feel where you're holding any tension. And if you do so, just let it go. Let the relaxation start at the top of your crown. Gently wash down like warm, gentle energy, relaxing your forehead, your eyelids, your cheeks, and your jaw. Relax the back of your head, your neck, and your throat. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into them and put down the burdens of the week. Put down the world outside. This is your time for your healing. Really, just relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your elbows, and your hands. Relax the muscles down your spine. Relax your chest. Let your breath come easily and gently. Relax your stomach. Relax into your hips. Relax your thighs, your knees, your calves, and your shins. Relax your ankles and your feet. Let the relaxation wash down like warm, gentle energy, washing out every last bit of tension, out through the soles of your feet and into the earth where it is transformed. Now, find yourself in an orange room. Orange walls, orange floor, orange ceiling, orange glass in the windows, and an orange light. In the center of the room is an orange chair. Go and sit in it. Begin to feel the orange on your skin. Really feel how your skin feels in this orange energy. Then begin to feel how your body feels in this orange glow. Notice what happens to your breathing and your heartbeat. Just notice. Then begin to breathe this orange energy into your base energy center at the tip of your spine. Feel the warmth as the orange mingles with the red. Feel that energy center beginning to be activated by the orange. What happens if the color of creativity mixes with the color of survival? Could it be possible to find a creative way to deal with your survival fears, perhaps? Just allow this warm energy to heal whatever you hold in your base chakra. Move your focus to your sacral chakra now. Feel the extra burst of orange in this energy center as the energy of the room is allowed into the center. Feel the warmth as the orange glows and heals the center so that your creativity can flow too. Allow the healing of the old abuse issues that you have held in this energy center. Now move your focus to your solar plexus and allow the orange into this energy center. Feel how the orange brings creativity energy to this power center. Yes, you are in your solar plexus. Allow the healing of all the memories where you use your power to abuse others. Really breathe in the orange to the center and allow all those issues to be cleared. And finally, allow yourself to feel your own power as a clear, creative energy without fear. Now, move your focus to your heart. Feel the orange warm your heart. Feel how creativity mixes with love and how easy it would be to heal whatever needs healing in yourself and around you with this gorgeous, powerful energy. What a great combination this is. Feel the power of love and creativity, the power of the divine. Move the energy to your throat now. Feel the orange mingling with the blue of the throat and allow the creativity to mingle with your voice. Creative authority, creating through the spoken world. So yes, this is particularly fantastic for those of you who work with sound like us, like Maureen, who works with words, and all of you who actually feel the need to share your power and your true power with your clients, with your colleagues, with your family, with your partners, with your friends. So now, just slowly feel how your body is actually connecting with orange. Are you still accepting it? Are you still feel comfortable in it? Or are you ready to come out? Because I think it's just lovely to feel that peace. At the same time, it's great just to slowly open your eyes and come back so we can all connect on the call. So, those of you lucky ones that you've got by any chance the fire elemental, or it could be the bliss, another beautiful, beautiful bottle of color mirrors. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous, when you come together to one of my color workshops and events, you'll be able to smell it, and that's actually the super experience you can receive. So, well, welcome to Cath. Cath, you're unmuted for a moment. Let me just, you're muted. Let me just unmute you. Hello there.
Hello, ChriSOULa.
Hello. So, Sash, I'll unmute you too because there was some background noise and I didn't want to feel.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, brilliant. Now, would you like to share any of the experiences you've had through the meditation? Is there anything particular that happened during the meditation that you'd like to share with us here on the call?
Was there any reason? Sorry, was there any reason why you stopped at the throat? Why you didn't take the orange up further?
I didn't take because I'm just aware of the time. That's all, Penny.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. I just thought I better just stop here because we only have some limited time. Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just really aware of the time. That's all.
The orange and the blue together felt fantastic on the throat. They're complementary colours.
Yes.
So that's going to, I think, make a difference as well. That felt great.
Yeah, brilliant. Anything from you, Sass? Anything?
Yes, I felt energized but peaceful at the same time. And I really witnessed the orange moving up to the different centers. Wow. And of course, when it got to the sacral, I kept feeling the sound vibration of the sound for the kidneys and also for the sacral chakra. And that the sound was kind of in me with the colors blending, and it was beautiful. So wow. Energizing, but also very peaceful. Yeah. So an interesting contrast.
Yes. So, Kathy, you'd like to say something because you and Penny wanted to say something at the same time.
No, that's okay. Yeah, because I came in so late through the meditation. Obviously, I didn't get the full effects.
Okay.
It's a real shame, but that's the trouble with arriving late, isn't it?
This is something that I thought I will experiment on tonight's call and see how it works. So if you feel the meditation online like that is something you felt comfortable with and you'd like to have it again in future calls, then we can incorporate that. But I just thought it would be nice, it was. And then I was waiting for you, Cath, as well to come along. So I said, okay, I've got this time. Let me just use it creatively.
Well, you did. It was very enhances your meditation, I feel. Gets you in there quicker with the colour.
Yes.
Because I also feel it helps to focus as well on bringing an energy of some kind into the body. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt. So it got me there quicker, I would say.
Brilliant.
That more peaceful, able to surrender place. So yeah, lovely, and you beautifully read and said.
Thank you, Sass. Thank you.
So I presume you're going to put the recording out, aren't you, like you have from last week?
Yeah, so you can start from the beginning and you can do it. Yes. Okay, brilliant. So what we're going to do next, is there anybody else, Sophia or Maureen, you'd like to say anything? Because I like to give you space to, but you don't have to, only if you want to. No, you're okay?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, now we've got the next few minutes, and Cath is a specialist in stress management. And when we talk about firewalks and changes, of course, there's ultimately some stress that goes with it, some anxiety, going over various issues, various challenges. And the question is, how can we embrace change, but not in a like complete sort of losing our power, losing our inner strength, but really go through the change and then embracing it in a more create a bit more stillness around us, and then embracing the challenges without losing control, without losing it. Can you see what I'm saying? Can you see what I'm
yeah, and I thought a lot about this after last week. And, all through our life, we're going through big changes, aren't we? And it isn't until you really start thinking about it, you start thinking about all the different changes you've been through. So, that's happening really when you're quite young, like changing from junior school to secondary school, college, university, leaving home for the first time, new relationships, ending relationships, something that's sort of happened, within my more distant family is marriage breakups, and then so the poor children and how are they going to cope, but also, bereavement, your parents dying, all of these are new beginnings, aren't they? And firewalks and things that we have to sort of we've got to continue our life, haven't we? And when we, even promotion or losing a job, these are very, very big things. And even though a lot of the time we want these things like the promotion or like the baby, it's very frightening at the same time. And so it's about embracing it, but also about looking at, even when things are really, really, or feel as if they're really, really dark, is look for the light that's there as well. So what can you learn from it? What can you gain from it? And it's difficult to get used to change, isn't it? Even, small amounts of change can be difficult to get used to. But we do get used to it if we accept it. If we put up a wall, we're just fighting against the wall the whole time, and so it's going to make the process even more difficult. And, through these big changes, it's about also looking after yourself. We all know that. We all talk about this, don't we? Every one of us. It's about looking after ourselves, making sure that we can somehow carry on our, new good habits, our good routines, and not try and lose sight of them all of the time. And, a fantastic way of doing that is gratitude, which I know we've talked a lot about. At the end of the day, what's gone well, even in the bleakest day, is looking for something that went well, something that was heartwarming, and thinking about, how you want to manage the next day, before you go to sleep. Because, our minds going 10 to the dozen all of the time, and our mind will process that information while we're asleep, and so we're more likely to wake up with the right frame of mind. Excuse me. But if, for example, you don't wake up with the right frame of mind, is to stop yourself. It's almost like saying to yourself in a very, very assertive way, I don't like what you're feeling. You're not being helpful to me. Go away. Go away. Get out the back door. And then embrace what you do want to be instead. And to keep hold of it. Because at the end of the day, it's about choice.
Yes. And
we can choose whether we want to feel good, or we can choose whether we want to feel bad. And it's about, I know people in their darkest moments going, I wish people had stopped saying be positive, but I'm afraid it is about trying to cling on to the positivity, the light that is there, the glimmer of hope that is there, so that you can keep feeding that. Because the more we feed it, the brighter it'll become, the easier it will become, and the more quickly that we will come out of that darkness. Sorry, I've got a negative note here. I didn't mean to. But on, a positive thing like, having a new baby, you know, is love every minute of it. Because you can soon lose those original feelings if you're not careful, and celebrate those feelings. So celebrate what it's like to hold your baby for the very first time. You know, because they grow up very, very quickly.
For those of you who are mothers, I guess, yes. We're going to be mothers.
And before you know it, the kids are gone. And you lose sight of, you can lose sight and forget those good feelings if you're not careful. And that's the same with our parents, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm going through this at the moment with my parents. You know, suddenly they've become very old, they've become very poorly. And I'm really having to remember, you know, the good things about them. You know, what it is that made them great parents, what makes them great people, and what makes me love them so much.
Now, is there anything that you would like to ask Cath, you know, about a particular change you're going through? Because I'm opening this up for the next couple of minutes if you've got a question. Or is there something that you like to introduce by saying, you know, how did you manage a particular change in your life? You know, if there are any tips you would like to share in the circle here in our community, if there's anything particular you would like to bring up and say. We talked about gratitude, we talked about, you know, really, I guess, meditation before going to bed, or a prayer. You know, if you don't have to be a religious person to go through a prayer. You know, prayer is the most relaxing, the most beautiful, you know, space to be in. It could be writing down in your journal, like a few notes of how your day went by. I mean, things that probably you have heard or maybe you already use in your everyday life. Or it could be something else. You know, is there anything else you like to come up with or suggest at this point? Have you got a question or something you'd like to share?
I think it's really important that you acknowledge your feelings and you don't actually suppress them. Because I think if you suppress them, that's when people usually end up having breakdowns and things like that. And that may be uncomfortable for people around you. But at the end of the day, you really have to put yourself first. And I remember when my first husband died, I would just cry whenever I wanted to cry. And if people felt uncomfortable about that, really it was too bad. And I'm sure that is what got me through that. Whereas I think if you try to keep stuff in, that I think is when you sometimes have the problems.
I totally agree with you, Penny. Is when accepting and really honoring whatever is true to ourselves. And then everybody's got their own coping system at the end of the day, their own way of seeing what is best for them. If we ignore that and we just follow whatever somebody else's suggestion is, then it's going to turn around, you know, and then really it will be more challenging than just honoring really what's going on in our lives. Yes. And, you actually mentioned also dealing with emotions and how releasing emotions. That's another, you know, going through changes. There are lots of emotions going up and down. You can be tearful, you can be anxious about things. And how do you cope with that? You know, what's the coping system? Sorry, Cath, you wanted to add something?
Yes, about what you're feeling is also to really understand what that feeling is. You know, like, yes, you've got to accept the feeling. You know, that's really, really important. But instead of sort of generalising the feeling with one word, I mean, it's like at the moment, stress is a very, very overused word, isn't it? Oh, I'm so stressed, the kids won't go to bed. But is it stress or is it something else? And I think once you start analysing it properly and clearly, then, you know, you've got a better way of managing it. You know, just like Penny was talking about. And yes, people don't like it when people burst into tears, do they? Because they don't know what to do with that. and they're very, very embarrassed. But, you know, you've got to let it out, whether it's in anger or, you know, in tears, but to do it in a safe way.
I notice when people try and suppress their emotions is to get them to see how I look at it. I've just been through a huge shift and change in my life, and to sort of notice that emotions are like waves.
Yeah.
And there's all different types of waves, aren't there? There's little beautiful, peaceful ripples, and then there's massive tsunamis.
Yes.
But what I know is that the waves always end up crashing, and then they draw back, and then they come again, and they may, if you look at it like that, I found that a really helpful way. I've just come out of an 8-year relationship, and when you realize everything that happens to you in life, this is how I see it anyway, is your higher self designing the direction of your life if you can tune into it and go into the stillness. And to notice, okay, I'm sad and I'm feeling a lot of grief, but it's a wave and it just passes. And if you try and block the wave, it starts to really get back at you. And eventually you end up having a massive either nervous breakdown or some debilitating illness. So it's to notice the waves, but not get caught up in them, not drown in them. Notice they will come and go. And yes, I'm feeling this, but it's only temporary. Everything passes in time.
Yes, gorgeous. Thank you.
To feel sadness over something, it's perfectly natural.
And it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay to feel sad. It's even the feeling yourself. Sometimes I quite like to feel sad because it helps you recognize how much something's meant to you. And then now it's gone, but it doesn't mean that something else won't come and fill the void at another time. It could be something else, not say a relationship, but it could be another interest or something coming out of you that's new. So there's always things moving, but it's just when we hold on to the feeling or resistance, that's when I think it gets really painful and can make us quite ill. So yeah, I use them as a wave, and sometimes I'm riding on the top, and sometimes I'm crashing and tumbling underneath it all. Knowing that my head will always come up.
Have we not all gone through this? Yes. Thank you so much, Saz. Thank you, Penny. Thank you for your insights. Thank you, Cath Lloyd, for bringing up, you know, the various ways we can cope with stress. And I think what we're taking away from tonight's call, from what you're all, you know, contributed in, is how we can be more, you know, honoring our emotions and what we're going through, whatever the change is. How we can be more specific with what we're actually dealing with instead of generalizing. And by that, I also mean becoming more conscious, because that's one of the key tensions behind these holistic life goals, bringing more, you know, really understanding more what's happening in you, in your life, in your surroundings, and really be more aware of what's happening. And if a change comes or if something really hits you quite unexpectedly, just take a moment and really feel into it and see what's going on, rather than just feel completely panicking and overwhelmed. I think for me that's one of the tools you have when you become more conscious of what's happening in your life and what's happening in you. So we only have just less than a minute left before the end of tonight's call. It's very sweet and short and sharp. Yes.
Sometimes sweet and short is good. To the point. Hones your attention.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you all for being here, and look forward to seeing you next Monday, because I'm going to finish this call with a quote by Albert Einstein. Creativity is intelligence having fun. So that's what we'll be talking about next week on Monday. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you. Have a lovely evening, whatever you do. Hope that the relaxation with the orange, you know, will give you a good night's sleep. And lots of love to you. And bye for now. Ciao.
Thank you, ChriSOULa. Thank you, ladies. Nice to see you.
Bye. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.